Okay.
All right, so we're gonna jump in. We're gonna play with Lovable today. We're gonna try to build some kind of cool tool with it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna share my screen and walk you through the process
Okay.
of what it looks like. So I've built a few things with Lovable. Mostly I've been spending time like building tools for dependency design in there, and you've seen all that. So what we're gonna try to do is I don't know, build a CRM or build some kind of cool interactive page
Fine.
that your
I
clients
think
can come to, something like that.
that that's where it's at. Yeah. I think the CRM stuff, like there's enough out there that can be tweaked for people. Um, once they choose a route in the mortgage space and they know what they want to try to work on, you either take it at face value and you get what you get, or you spend some time with somebody that knows what they're doing and you revamp it and make it your own.
Yeah.
Um, I think eventually the ability to make a really basic CRM with Lovable or that Essentials app is going to be great. But when you talked about the client-facing portal, like or client face some sort of client-facing tool to be like, where's your mortgage application at? How's your pre-approval looking? When does your rate hold expire? What documents do like I don't know if it's going to be a documents thing, but it's that client-facing piece where it's like, let's not wait for them to reach out to us to say where are things at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So build all the communication pieces and maybe make it interactive so that the client can kind of interact
Yes.
with you, maybe update
Very
some.
much so.
Okay, so we're obviously not going to do everything in one day.
No, no, that's a big ask.
What the goal here is to show you and anybody who's watching how easy it is to build something now
Yeah,
if you
correct.
have the right tools. And Lovable is a great tool for building really high functioning, really well designed things. So
And
what yeah, go ahead.
Lovable creates a web-based tool, web-based something, right? Like whatever it's doing, it's going to be web-based for you and or the clients.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. It
Yeah.
publishes on the web.
Yeah.
So, like, we've been able to create some really cool interactive reports. Actually, why not just quickly, I'll show you just so that we know kind of what's possible.
Yeah.
So that we're not starting from an idea and then eventually you'll get there. Why don't I'll just quickly show off like the dependency design site and some of the reports. It'll take like 30 seconds, a minute, and then that'll just give us a framework for like, oh, cool, we could build
Yeah.
stuff like this for our clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
Design with the end in mind. I love it. Yeah.
Design with the end in mind. Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna do that right now. Um, all right. I'll share my screen.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to go to dependencydesign.com. So this is, the website. Everything that you see on this website was built by Lovable, just by me speaking to it and saying, this is what I want the page to look like. This is how I want it to function. So you can come here, you can, go and look at a sneak preview of book one for dependency design. You can download it for free. You can, you can take an assessment of your business if you have. Actually, I'll just show you if you have the code for that. I'll just use your code here, Julie, because
Mhm.
you've done one of these. But
Yeah, that's fine.
um, this is just to show you. So you can create interactive tools for your clients, and they're gonna like this is an example of a custom report that the system generated for you, right?
Yeah.
For your business. And so this is sort of where we're going is can we build some interesting tools for our customers?
Yeah.
And we can do free downloads, we can do interactive surveys, we can store information in a database, you can do things like paid upgrades, like all this
Yeah.
stuff is really easy to do with Lovable. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to shut this down and we're just going to go into Lovable. And I'm actually in the dependency design site right now, but we're going to start a brand new project with Lovable,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start by calling it a CRM just because it'll give it some context. So I'm going to say, because you do have to have like back end storage. So you want to have somewhere to store information so that you can display that information to the client.
Yeah.
So for today, so that we don't get too complicated, I just want what I'll do is we'll create like a couple of data fields on the back end that that we can store. and we'll create an online form that someone could fill out. So, like
Yeah.
my mortgage balance, my rate, my payment, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we'll create some kind of visual display after they enter that information. So, someone will come to the page, enter the information, and their output will be something visual. Like we'll just get information on the page for them. It'll be a
Yeah.
summary of what they gave us. Behind the scenes, we'll capture that info. So it's almost like a lead capture form. And it's the
Yeah.
beginning of how do we get information in the system and how do we generate something nice looking for the customer
Yeah.
in the process. Super simple. So before we actually build this first round in Lovable,
Yeah.
we could start talking to Lovable. So we could say, I want to build a CRM and go. And it'll kind of build forward. But before we do that, what I want to do is I'm going to fire up a ChatGPT session
Yeah.
and I'm going to show you essentially how I would talk to this thing. And I'm just going to turn on the voice right now, and I'm just going to tell it everything we just talked about and show you
Okay.
how easy this is.
Yeah. And before you do that, though,
Yeah.
um, does it make sense to do it like a lead capture where we're just going to kind of get some basic information from clients, or do we want, I mean, the nice thing is we don't have to pull any data from anywhere for that, or do we want to try to come up with more of like a, I'll call it a client portal
Yeah,
for active clients?
we can get there.
Okay.
So what's
Start
cool is
with the lead capture.
I'm going to do the lead capture because what I want to show you is how we can bring information into the system. And the easiest way for us to do that is just type a few pieces of data as
Sure.
opposed to trying to do some back end connection to some others.
Sure.
Yeah. But once you've got that basic framework, you can the data can come from anywhere. It can come from someone entering it on a form, or it can come
Mhm.
from an API connection to your
Yeah.
CRM, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So, before I start talking to this thing, what are some of the key pieces of information that we need to make? Like, we need like a mortgage balance, maybe a property address, maybe a.
The first thing that came to mind is when people want to talk about an upcoming mortgage renewal, and I already have a Google form created for that. So when somebody says my mortgage is coming up, so I thought maybe I would pull up that form,
Oh,
and
cool.
those are the key, some of the key pieces
Oh, great.
that,
Can you
yeah,
give me in the chat? Just put the link to your Google form,
okay,
and I'll bring it up on the screen
from
here.
the responder side, right?
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
they fill out.
okay.
There's a Google form that they fill out. Is that right?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have the my link where I can see the responses, or I also have the client facing form,
Yeah,
which
perfect.
is
Having a little bit of data to go from is really helpful.
yeah.
And what we're going to end up doing here is we're just going to talk to ChatGPT for a second. You could do this with Claude or like you could use any interface you want. It doesn't matter. But we're just going to talk to it for a minute, go back and forth, and then we're going to ask GPT to build the first lovable prompt. That's just basically going to build the base
Perfect.
architecture.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we use ChatGPT to let Lovable do the right thing.
Yeah, and then once it's built, then we'll start working in Lovable essentially. Okay, so this is great. So this is a mortgage renewal planning session. So you actually you do use this. Like you send customers here.
Yep. So
Great.
I've got a different one for existing clients that I send them, but if it's a brand new, like, hey, my mortgage is up and your name was given to me, then let's start here before you're able to book in for a call.
And this just gets people booked into a call. Is that right?
It gives them a link to book in. Yep.
Gives them a link to your calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you capture information, they get a link to your calendar.
Hmm.
And what do you do with this information once you have it? This is a great place to be, by the way, because we're going to make this process, we're going to take what is Google form, we're going to turn it into a beautiful interface.
Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
well, good, great.
Um, that goes into my CRM, all the data capture
Okay, great.
and a lead follow up.
But it's not like you're
Awesome.
generating some kind of summary report for the customer.
Correct.
They
Yeah.
get this goes into your database, your CRM, and then they get a link to your calendar. All right.
Yep.
Can you
Yep.
put in the chat a link to your calendar for me?
Hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, great. We're going to open that up in another tab. Okay, so this really makes our job easy today, Julie. So um, we're gonna give this information to ChatGPT, and we're gonna tell it what we want to achieve. We want a really nice. We're gonna want a lovable prompt so we can build a web interface or an interaction between you and the client. We're going to want it to be on the mortgage design brand, so we'll figure that out. But we're going
Mhm.
to give ChatGPT this information, and we're going to say, look, we're capturing all this information, so we need Lovable to have a place to receive all this information, which
Yes.
is, kind of like a CRM. This doesn't
Yep.
stop us from pushing something into your CRM later. And then we're gonna be like, present all this information in a really nice way so that the client can confirm that it's true. Maybe give them an opportunity to update or edit it before they submit, and then they can get moved to your calendar. Something
And
like that.
one of the things that I've targeted towards the bottom is an opening for a conversation about Smith maneuver or things like that.
Yeah,
So if you look down at what your priorities are for up a little bit.
yeah.
So, I mean, all of those
Here,
questions
these
at
ones
the
here.
end, nope, up a little bit more. Those questions are going to help indicate if we do need to do something, but are you open to a conversation on how you could recoup the
Yeah.
interest you're paying? So,
Okay.
based on their answer, I think there's something we could do with that,
Okay.
like client facing that Lovable produces. And
Yeah.
then up above, based on the priorities that they check off in what they're looking for their next mortgage. So the question right above that will also inform maybe some potential client-facing piece.
What are your top priorities? And are you open to a conversation about recouping, making your mortgage tax deductible? Something
Yeah,
like that. Okay,
yeah.
cool. We don't have to get this perfect on the first go.
Agreed.
This
It's
is a
just like
really good, this is really, really good. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay. We're
me
doing this
neither.
live. Like,
Yes.
this is the point of this. It's to show you how easy it is to build something. And also, if it doesn't quite work, how easy it is to just fix it. So
Ignore it or fix it. Yeah.
I think anybody watching this right now would be like, what? Like you're gonna take all these, you're gonna create a CRM or a database, a back end, you're gonna create a front end user interface, you're gonna have a beautiful design, you're gonna have a nice experience for the customer, you're gonna be able to present them with, hey, here's all the things that you said you wanted. Here's what your priorities are for your mortgage. You said yes, you want to have a conversation about making your debt tax deductible. Please confirm here, book into the calendar. Like if you were anybody and you're thinking, I want a process like that, the first thing you might think is, I don't know how to do it. And then the second thing is like, I'm gonna have to find someone who can build this for me.
Correct.
And you're probably, if you do find someone that's going to build it, you're probably like, I don't know, thinking maybe this might take a month. Like, first of all, you have to
At least.
explain it to them, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so this is why we use ChatGPT first. I'm just going to blabber into ChatGPT
Okay.
all of the things we just talked about. And I
I'm
might
really
repeat
excited.
myself and I might like say something wrong and then say, that's not right. I want you to do
Ignore that. Yeah.
whatever, right? I'm going to talk for a couple minutes. And so bear with me. And then I'm gonna, when it's done, and it might ask me some questions. We might go back and forth a bit. And when we're locked in, we're gonna ask it to generate a lovable ready prompt to
Perfect.
build everything we just talked about. Okay. So this
Great.
might take 5 or 10 minutes, but we're gonna get there.
Let's do it.
Okay. So over to ChatGPT. So here we go. And you can use the voice command where you're interacting with the actual AI, but I'm just going to use dictate because I just want to give it information and then I want to read its responses. I don't actually want to interact with the AI, if that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a bunch of information about a customer interface that I want to build. And the goal here is to go back and forth a little bit to get to a place where we can generate a lovable, ready prompt to build the user experience. We're gonna have a branded experience, and you can ask me for the brand assets as part of this process. We're going to have a landing page that welcomes the client to our process. It's going to be simple, clean, modern design. The only action item that they can take is to start the process. But the goal here is for the client to fill out a form to give us information about their mortgage renewal. And from that information, we're going to store all of their inputs into a database that Lovable will create the database and store all of the data. We just need to give Lovable the field structure that we want. And from there, after the after the client completes all of the information, we're going to present them with a summary of their submitted details with the ability to edit or make changes if they don't agree with some of the information they provided. There's a couple of questions that we're going to surface as priority questions, like the intention that they have for the meeting, like what they want to accomplish in the meeting, and whether or not they're interested in any additional strategic advice, like how to make their mortgage tax deductible. So we'll get to that, but we want to highlight those two things at the top of the page first before presenting any of the other information that they can just quickly verify or edit or change or modify. Once they're happy with their final submission, they're going to actually submit that information. They'll get a confirmation notification on page, and they will be brought to the calendar invitation or calendar page on Calendly, where they can actually confirm and book their time. So pretty straightforward stuff. I'm going to stop there and you can ask me for additional information that you need. Um, Things that I can provide you are a link to a Google form that has all of the field structure that you're going to need. So if you can read the Google form, you can go and essentially capture all the fields, and then we're going to want to replicate that form in a nice user interface on the site. And I can give you a link to the calendar invitation.
And I just put in the chat our brand board in PDF.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Also, my OCD is very happy that you are dismissing notifications at the top of screens. Like when it came up on Lovable, I
Uh,
was like, please hit the X.
yeah. I don't like
Some
keep
people just
missing.
leave
It
them.
might
It
keep
drives
coming. You know what it is? It's granola. It's my recording
right.
for this meeting. So actually, what happens is when I trigger things like speech to text and stuff like that, it thinks I want to record something.
Got it. Fair
It's
enough.
gonna keep coming. Actually, I wonder if I can just turn granola off. Granola is awesome, by the way, as a
Yeah.
drink.
You know what? You mentioned it the other day. I was going to download that.
Yeah, it's so cool. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, so we were talking. This went and figured out a bunch of stuff. So perfect. Like structure this properly before we write the lovable prompt. He's gonna ask some targeted questions. Um, all right, brand and visual layer. Brand name, exact spelling, logo, primary. Okay, cool. So we've got that right in
Yep.
chat. We're gonna grab it. The landing page welcome screen. Confirm intent. Headline, message, subheadline, any supporting copy. Great. Renewal form source, Google, we'll paste that. The database structure, do you want one record per client submission, editable after submission? So the answer is going to be out of those. Priority questions, meeting intention question. Yeah, that's good. Summary. So it got most of it. So it's like a review
Yep.
screen and then submission confirmation, what should appear. Um, and then calendar integration. Okay.
My thought that just, anyways, I know that this is not going to be for today, but I think this is going to be a really cool way to also then lead them to complete. I've got like a Google Sheet budget worksheet. So if they're interested in looking to see if any of those advanced strategies are applicable, they have to fill out some information and I have to make a copy of the sheet every time and send it to them for editing.
Yeah.
This could take them there.
Yeah,
Like as long
100%.
as
You
it's
can
as
do
long as
other
it's
things.
stored to their own, like as long as they basically have to create an account to do that so that only they can see their information. But yeah,
There's
there's
literally
lots
no
of
limit.
spin-offs on this. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So there, yeah, we'll just get this thing
Yeah.
functioning, basic functioning, and then
I'm
we'll go
saying
check.
it now so I don't forget later.
Okay. Okay, so you gave me the brand assets.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not too sure what it's going to be able to but let's answer the questions, okay? So
okay.
we'll go through this thing. So I'm going to give it the mortgage renewal link or the form link.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
I don't know if the logos are in that brand board.
don't worry about it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to try to deal with brand here. We'll deal with brand in Lovable. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Google form link, and then we're going to do Calendly link. Do we always put February?
No,
No.
that's just when you send the link, whatever month it's in comes up.
Okay.
That,
So if I
that,
just
that
do
should take you to the
if I
same
just do
spot.
this, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you want to make sure you don't accidentally put something in the link that you don't want, which is
Yeah.
good. So I'm just going to give it to these two pieces of information. See what happens. Okay, great. I was able to load your submission form and confirm the field list. Here's what's captured so far. So, like, this is no work, right?
Yeah.
Like you've already done the work. I didn't
Right.
have to tell it what fields I want or why, right? Email, like it's figuring it out. It went and read your form. It knows everything. So it makes giving lovable instructions real easy.
Great.
Okay, cool. So now it's offering me some things. So it's like, do you want me to draft the database schema, write the lovable prompt, detail the user interface structure for each step, map the logical flow and transitions? I'm gonna say do one, three, and four, and then we can build the prompt
Okay. I was like,
like
isn't
that.
two the most important?
Yeah, but I want it to think through all the things first. So you notice I'm not doing too much, right? Like
Hmm.
I just gave it a bunch of instructions. It's got to think for a minute. So it's turning all that database information into the actual database schema, like the way the behind the scenes, the way the system's going to understand how to create these fields for tracking. You don't need to know how to do this.
Hmm.
Here's the UI, the user interface structure. So page one. So now this is where we're going to want to start paying attention. Page one is going to have a landing, a simple headline like mortgage renewal planning, 2 to 3 lines explaining this takes 5 to 8 minutes. You'll review your answers before submitting, something like that, right? Single call
Hmm.
to action, start now. Footer, micro copy, maybe a privacy or no commitment, no rate guarantee. It's
Yeah.
great. It's like
Not a bad idea.
it's great.
Yeah.
Starting to get smart about it. Page two, intake form, multi-step, not one giant scroll,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Better. All of a sudden it's getting into the design.
Much more like a type form, which I just didn't
Yeah.
want to pay for when I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so use a wizard with progress, and it's going to have a progress indicator, contact, property location, borrowers, property details. Great. We're going to let it figure it out. We're not even going to try to control this.
Yeah.
Page three, review, summary, pre-submit. It's a verify, edit. Top of page, meeting intention. You said you want this surfaced. Strategic advice. It's great. Each section has edit button. It's great. Confirmation. So page four is confirmation success date. Submitted. Next, book your call. Immediately show a large button. Continue to scheduling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Um, great. Flow logic. Like I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this, right? So
Yeah.
here we go.
It's great.
But there's two questions. So it's this. So we're going to say this is perfect for reference. The two questions that we want to surface as priorities on confirmation page are one, that, and two, that. I do double dash, double like slashes like this, because it's like a separation thing. It knows you're talking about something else.
Okay.
Um,
Did not know that. Chat GPT hack.
well, it works. It just works. I don't think it's I don't know.
Okay.
It's fast. It's like boom, boom, new idea. You can give it lots of different things. Go ahead and build the lovable prompt. So you don't even have to spell right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So as long as you have a little square here, it's still thinking, right? It's
hmm
mapping it all out. It's giving you the visual style, everything you want in the landing page, all the fields,
hmm
review confirmation. It's pretty good. Just
hmm
press copy, come into Lovable, come over here, clean it up.
Right.
You
End
don't
of
want any
build prompt.
additional
Yeah, yeah,
chat
yeah.
GPT questions. And then at the
Yeah.
top, it might say you just get rid of this.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I just want to make sure I'm on a new project. I don't kill something I've
Yeah.
already.
Are you?
I got a few things that I've been building
Yeah.
for that have been taking a lot of time. So here we go.
Don't mess things up.
All right. Now, there is this warning. They're experiencing some cloud storage database issues right now. That's on Lovable. So that could affect us today,
Okay.
but I don't know. Lovable gives you these extra credits every once in a while for using Lovable so much.
Hmm. It loves you.
Okay, so here we go. So it's already started building and now it wants some input from us. So it's going to go build the back end. It's going to add a large language model to the app,
Mhm.
so we can do analysis and stuff like that on the data. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Just allow it.
Okay.
When I first started working in Lovable, I was afraid to say yes to anything because I didn't understand any of it. I was like, "Oh my God, it's gonna do what to some schema thing?" Like I'm like, I don't know. But the more you use it, the more you start to understand what it's asking you, and
Right.
you can always go back. What's great about Lovable is if you build something that, or you take a step and you're like, "Oh, I broke it." You can literally go back to the last chat
Last
interaction
one.
and just be
Perfect.
like
Yeah.
refresh here, and it'll reset it to the
Perfect.
previous. Yeah. So you
Previous version
really,
or
really
iteration.
hard to mess up. So it's doing it now, right? It's creating the database schema. It's going to build the design system. It's going to build the landing page. It's going to build the multi-step intake form. It's going to build and review the submission flow. Like if if I wasn't walking us through this, I could have gone from start to this point in just a few minutes, right?
Yep. But I think anybody that is doing this for the first time or is trying to figure out what they want to build is going to take those moments of it's still a very
Yeah.
quick so far. And it'll probably take that long in general until you start doing more stuff with what you're trying to do, right?
For sure. And I'm building something that's maybe a bit I'm comfortable enough with Lovable that I know I can build all these parts at the same time and
Right.
it'll figure it out. But you might start with like, oh, I need a landing page for my form, and I want
Mm-hmm.
to make it look pretty. And so you might just play with that for a bit.
And start with whatever that spits out
Yeah,
and
like
then figure out how you want to build your, yeah.
while this is building, I'll just show you, I'll bounce back over. Like that's what I did for dependency design because I knew I had, I wrote the book and I wanted to have a place where you could download the book.
Right.
That's all I had. And so I was like, I need a landing page, put it on this URL, dependencydesign.com. And I want the landing page to explain what the book's about. And I want people to, be able to get a sense of it. And then I want people to be able to come to book one download a copy.
But you
Now,
did that through different iterations. Like you started with, I've got these books, I want to put something out there for people that,
yeah,
and then it's like, now I want them to be able to access this. Now I want to build in this layer, right?
correct. What I actually did is I basically, if I go back, I don't want to go back to the very first prompt on this thing, but I basically said I need a landing page to download the book, and then I uploaded the book was in PDF, so I uploaded a copy of the book, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Here's the book. Can you
Right.
build something like? Can you read the book, and can you build something that feels very simple and clear? That's in line, that where the theme is in line with the book." And it built this theme for me, and I love it. So
Yeah.
it's yeah. So now I didn't, from there I went and built an assessment engine, and now you can answer questions about your business, and it'll give you a nice report like we showed you earlier. Like those things, I added to later.
Right.
And so yeah, you're right. Like you can just start with, if you want to interact with Lovable, you can just start building a very simple website that you're going to build off of. So
Cool.
yeah. So this first part of the build takes a minute,
Yeah, that's fine.
but it's still coming.
Yeah.
Did you give me I'm gonna go into the chat. Did you give me your brand assets? Oh, you did. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna download those.
But I also gave, I don't know if the logos are in there, so I also gave the website.
Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, great. And the brand is, oh, did I not just download that? I really thought I just downloaded that
They didn't
PDF.
catch it.
Cool. So
Yeah, there
this
are
is
logos in there. Yeah. Okay.
this is all your stuff. Oh, this is great. Okay. This is fantastic. MDT mortgage brand. Okay, so whatever it builds, no matter what it does, even if it's not like fully functional, we're going to immediately move into, we're going to feed Lovable this PDF, and we're
Yeah.
going to be like, these are
Use this.
this is the design elements before we do anything else, and it'll rebrand the site.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah, I know. It's so cool. I don't know where that's going though. Like I just,
You just opened it. Did you hit download?
oh, maybe it wasn't. Okay, I thought it was automatically downloading. Got it. It's just open.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what happens from Zoom?
Yeah,
All right. Why can't?
sure is. But if you go back into the chat,
Oh, there. Yeah, there's a little button here.
yeah, to download
I really
instead.
thought I downloaded it. Oh, because it went to the desktop. That's why it didn't go to my download section. Let's just go
Oh,
back
weird.
to the build.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll have it. Okay, so it's still building. First round. That's okay. We're just going to go to desktop. There it is. There's your breadboard. Okay, we got it. Okay, it's actually finishing. It's going to start wrapping up. So it built us a landing page, clean and professional with trust indicators and a call to action, a 9-step wizard form, a review page, submission flow, 2 priority cards, and a database.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do is we're just going to publish this right away.
Okay.
You can interact with it here in the preview, but I'm just going to bring it right up onto, actually, before I publish, should be
Do
able to see.
you do you interact with it in the Ask Lovable prompt underneath? Like if
Here?
you're like there's the preview. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
go back
moment I
down
want to
there.
change
Okay.
something. Yeah, so we'll change the brand in a sec. This is where you keep building from. You're just going to keep talking to it and keep going.
Okay.
But let's just take a look at it. This is what it built. Pretty nice little page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Better than the Google form.
Mm-hmm.
Start, continue. Oh, it won't let me continue. So we're gonna, right? Already it's smart. So I'm just gonna throw
Yeah.
it out. Let's see what happens. Jason Hanbury, Jason Hanbury.ca. You had a lot of questions. This might take a minute, but that's okay. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it smart on the phone? We'll see what it does with formatting, right?
Yeah.
British Columbia, property, 3 Main Street, Victoria, BC, B9, L2. Cool. Borrower details. Yeah, I'm a sole borrower. Have you worked with
Can
me?
you Can you select co-borrowers and just see if it puts the drop down? Because I had a, yeah,
It did.
okay. I was like, I had a question that was dependent on that answer. So it says, don't do this. Yeah.
My
Okay.
wife, right? This is
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
smart right out of the
Yeah.
gate. Okay, let's test all the buttons. Have you worked with a mortgage broker before? Uh, yep. Share your experience.
It is smart.
Really was amazing, right?
Right on.
Boom. Property, owner occupied, rental, second home, other with details. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go owner occupied.
Yeah.
Leasehold property? No. Cool. I'm gonna test all the buttons.
Yeah.
Is this a
That's great.
manufactured mobile home? Nope. Current lender? Cool. I'm gonna go Scotia. Renewal date is, I don't know, I want to go to 2027.
Yeah. And this was one that I had put a caveat saying, like, if you're not sure, just put your best guess kind of thing, because a lot of people, I didn't want them to get stopped at the spot where they're like, oh, I don't know the actual renewal date and won't let me continue, but I needed something in that field.
Okay.
Well, or maybe just add a caveat to the description saying estimate. Like,
Yeah. Okay. You know what? We'll come back to this.
yeah, that's fine.
We can tweak things. We can tweak
Yeah,
things. You can see like where my brain was going. Like right away,
yeah,
I could literally redesign this thing as I go, but
exactly.
we're
Yeah.
going to leave it. So we'll
Yeah.
say I've got a, I don't know, $750,000 mortgage, estimated property value, $1 million. Is that right? Is that enough zeros?
Yeah.
0, 0, 0, 0. Cool. Mortgage type, fixed rate, years remaining. I'm guessing this aligns with what you've got.
Yeah, that
Your
does. I
form.
mean, I
Yep.
don't love that, but it's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Have you received a renewal offer? Yes. Rate
Perfect.
details,
Yeah.
1.59%. Beat that.
Yeah.
Or I'm walking.
Of course you are. And to that
May
I
as well
say,
start all these interactions
bon
off, right?
voyage.
Bon voyage.
Yeah.
Do you have CHC insurance? No. Okay. It's cool.
Yeah.
How satisfied are you with your current lender? I don't know. Four. Any feedback about your lender? So these are questions you asked, right? In your field?
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Cool. Uh, yeah, I'm just nothing. I'm just gonna go NA. Have there been any changes to your income? I'm just gonna say about the same. Cool. What are your top priorities? You can probably multi-select here, right? Yeah,
Yes.
good. I want my lowest rate. We're gonna assume everybody wants that.
I
And
did not put that in my original list, so
okay,
that's interesting.
so we
Yeah.
can take that off the list. Maybe just
Yeah.
make a note of
I may,
that.
yeah. Okay.
I want some access to some equity and debt consolidation. Okay. Are you open to a conversation on how you could potentially recoup all the yeah. You probably get a lot of yeses to that question.
I get a lot of maybes actually.
Oh, was there a maybe on there?
Yeah. Well, there was on my form. Sorry, I did. I was
Yeah,
writing down.
there's a
Yeah. Okay.
maybe. Okay, I'll just say yeah. Do you have other debts you'd like to be reviewed? Yeah, let's say I've got a car loan and a line of credit that I want to pay off. Do you plan to access equity in the next 1 to 3 years? Home reno and debt consolidation. Any major changes? No. I'm just I want to retire soon. Okay, cool. And do you own any other properties? Oh yeah, cool. Let's give some details. Details, one rental condo. Any additional notes? Um, it cash flows. Okay, whatever. We're just putting stuff in the fields to see what we
Yeah.
capture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before I continue, you acknowledge the information provided is accurate. Is this your disclaimer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't invent one. Okay, cool. I'm acknowledging. Now I wonder, can I review the submission without acknowledging? No, cool. Boom. Okay, here you go. So now it's giving me a top priorities, right? It's like little pills to say these are your top priorities. Do you want to change that?
Yeah.
Right into the question. Let's
Yeah.
say I want to go. Repayment privileges, continue. Oh, okay. So right away, we're going to say, I want to change that user experience. Okay. From review page, if user edits specific information, I want the user to be returned to the review page
Hmm.
um, at the same element for consistent user experience. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying this the way a computer would, but I'm saying it the way I want it. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to tab through real fast and we're going to review that submission. And so we're happy with this.
Yeah.
Uh, interest strategy. Yes. We got, we can tab open. Contact information is looking good. Like this is better than a Google form right away.
Yeah.
Like you can see how you're probably like, I just want to use this instead. So submit and continue to schedule. Okay, so the submission failed. Oh, because we're not live. Son of a gun. It's okay. I just filled all that out and we're not live. This is why. Okay, so now we're back to like why I like to publish it because I want to
Right.
test the live thing. That's okay.
Right.
Um,
So we'll change this and then we hit publish and then we try again.
maybe, but I went to submit my form data and received a submission error. Is that because I'm in um, preview mode? And can you store all of the field entry data? I just input so I don't have to start over. I don't know if it will or not, but I ask it all kinds of stuff all the time.
Okay.
So there we go. So we're asking it to
Reach for
like,
the moon.
what's that?
Reach for the moon.
May as well.
Yeah. You'll land amongst the stars.
Then you wait for a sec. It's also got these, I don't use these a lot, but it's got suggestions for what you might want to do next. Like it knows you want to add your branding, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
We're not asking it to do very complicated stuff. So this is it's usually a pretty fast interaction. Like you might wait, I don't know, 30 seconds and then it starts building. So like it's already fixing the
Yeah, that
edit
added
and return to
poetry.
review flow. And so what I recommend if you're using this and you want to get better at using it, read what it's doing.
Yeah.
Spend time, stay with it. Because you start, what I've noticed is I start to think like it now.
Right.
I've built a lot of stuff. I've probably spent like 200 hours on this thing in the last
So
30 days.
you're a
Like,
robot, is what you're telling me.
yeah. So I'm finding that like I'm giving very basic info here to
Yeah.
make a point, but I'm able to talk to it better than what
Because
I'm
you know
doing
what
right
it's
now.
thinking about. Yeah.
Yes. And so, and then I find that if I want to give it a really complicated instruction, I will sometimes go back to
Go back to
ChatGPT
chat. Yeah. That
and
makes sense.
ask it to formulate the what I'm going to put in this field here in the best way possible because sometimes if you give it like a long human based kind of like request, it thinks for a long time. But if you get a computer talking to a computer, like ChatGPT outputs the question in the right way, it'll like process real fast. So it'll really
Yeah.
cut this thinking time down. Done two things, edit and return flow. So it's fixed. Your data is safe.
Okay.
Form entries are auto-saved as a draft in the database. The submission error. Okay, so that's fine. I'm gonna publish this. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just giving me a Lovable URL, but you can add a custom domain, same as you can to like anything.
Sure.
And we're gonna make it public. And this first publish might take a minute. I don't know. While it's publishing, I'm gonna give it my brand assets.
So I could, in theory, have a page on my website that is or isn't client facing, depending if I want to give them the full URL for it, right? Like I don't need a button to it, but there could be a page hosted on Mortgage Design Team that is fill out your renewal form.
Yeah, you could have a page on Mortgage Design Team, and then it just brings this up essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So the app is live, so you could actually send people to this now if you wanted to. Now that it's live, we're gonna go play with it. So what I start doing is I start working faster with it. So here are the brand assets. You click this little plus sign, attach. We're gonna go get that MDT brand, and then I'm gonna say bring in logos and update the site to reflect a full color palette. All right, so it's gonna go think, and now we're gonna go and look at this online. So we're online, and I don't want to fill all this out again.
No, and it did give you the record number, though. I wonder if there's a way to.
Yeah, there is. So watch what happens. So this is the app, right? So we're gonna come back into Lovable. We're gonna let it do the brand. Look at what it's doing. It's getting you all fancy.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna nail these little icons, but let's see what it does. We're gonna build an admin panel. We're gonna ask it to give us access to the back end. That's gonna be the
Great.
next thing, right? And
But
then
in theory, the one that we looked at that was just republished would have the editing feature after you're done to go back and it'll just take you to your review page instead of making you click through those questions because you asked it to do that,
correct.
right? Yeah,
And
okay.
that's right. So, and there's likely, like you said, there's a code for it. There's a ID for that submission.
Yes,
And what we're going to ask Lovable is like, how do I append the ID to the back of the URL so that I
got
can
it.
pull up someone's thing? Yeah.
Got it.
But I'm going to do it in an even cooler way. I'm going to build an admin dashboard that shows the user and a little button to take you to their review. So you can just go to it if you want as the admin. So I don't know if this totally nailed the color. Like you have a lot of different colors for blues and stuff like that. So you
Yeah,
could switch it up, but it's
that's
not
fine.
bad. It didn't bring in the logo. Or oh, it's still going. It's not done. That's why.
Yeah, I was like, it's
Okay,
still
yeah.
thinking.
It's so we're just starting to see some of the work it's doing. Okay, it brought in your logo, but it's not the
Wrong way.
transparent one. You
Yeah,
can if you want to send me, we'll come back to that, but if you want to send me your
sure.
transparent one.
Yeah, that assumes I have a transparent one, which I probably do.
Oh, it might actually be finding it's talking about some logo transparency thing. It might actually be doing some stuff for us.
Well, I'll put these here just in case. Come on. I don't know if that's right.
Okay. So it's done. I'm gonna publish that. It's still finalizing here. Um, one note, see right away it's telling you the logos extracted from the PDF have solid background, not transparent. So it's like telling us what we already know, but it's good, right? It's gonna point you in the
It's
right
great.
direction.
Try,
It's letting you know.
try, be curious, try dropping in what I just put in the chat, the two, because it should be quick because it's just the logos that are transparent,
Yeah.
potentially. So it drops your Zoom drops your documents that you look at in the chat onto your desktop instead of your downloads. Interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Mine just
I'm
open, but
often
they
the one
don't.
like delivering presentations, not like receiving them. So I
Yeah,
really
fair.
never really do that. Never
Right.
really grab someone's link.
You're like, here, take this.
I'm
Somebody
like,
do
I'm always
something with
giving.
it. So true.
Let's see what it does. So yeah, it's like try this. And you notice I don't have to, I'm not even getting really clear. Like it has context for why I'm giving him what
Yeah,
plug it.
exactly. And it's got the brand colors if it's able to do something with the colors, cool.
There,
Yeah,
look at
see,
that.
that's better. Way better.
That like right away better,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, this is
Yeah.
beautiful now.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Okay, great. So we're gonna publish this, let it think. Now what we want to do is can you and oh, and then the other thing is you can just talk to this thing. So just go like this, just like ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
Can you build an admin dashboard? Give it a URL like /admin. And I want to be able to see all of the client submissions. And I want to be able to click a button and get a view into the data that they provided. But I also want to be able to open that view into the actual review page, um, just because sometimes I need to go and edit the information that was submitted. I don't know. I can't think of a good reason why I want to go and do it, but I'm like that's literally what we want to be able to do, right? So
It's the control piece, exactly. Then you can
it's
go back,
like
you can look at records individually, you can have something that you can like what you did with our
yeah.
stuff in dependency design, right? Is
Yeah, we were able to modify a few things. So we'll see what it does, right? It should just give us before build, so it's going to need some clarity, right? I didn't give it very clear directions. Yeah, we need login for this.
hmm
When you click into a submission and want to edit it, should that work even after the client has submitted? Um,
I don't think so.
just drafts, like,
Yeah.
or do you want it locked?
I don't think we need to edit it
Yeah.
in this particular instance, but we can do it either
Yeah,
way.
let's just let it like that. It's smart to not it like this is what a client gave you, right? So
Yeah.
let's see what it gives us. I just want to be able to go as a user, and we'll ask it that question if we need to. We'll be like, hey, I've got one of my clients has an incomplete submission. They don't want to start over. Where do I send them? Something like that.
Right. I'd like to be able to unlock it for them, but I don't necessarily need to be able to edit it.
Okay, yeah, great. Do you ever get clients that submit this and then email you and go, I gave you the wrong info?
No one's.
No, so we might be building something that we don't necessarily need, but to your point, like you can build off of this, right? That's where
That's
we're going.
that's what I want is I want if they have a login and I have an administrative login, then it can be connected to the same client profile for the different things that I might be asking them to do, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've only been hanging out here for, I don't know, 45
Sure.
minutes.
Yeah.
We've got a really nice looking website. We've got an interface for the customer to come in. Um, and we've got a sense that it works. And we're building a backend admin portal. And we'll be able to complete probably in a few minutes. We should be able to find a way to get back to my submission as a customer and then complete the
hmm
process, essentially.
My brain is going in a million directions for what I want to do.
You see how easy this is, huh?
And not getting stuck in the weeds is really hard because you just want to do more or do differently, but you
Mhm.
don't have to do all of that, right?
So my recommendation for anybody who's watching is don't go rebuild a CRM from scratch. Use one of the CRMs that are built and integrated with the mortgage applications. Like
Yeah.
you probably which one do you use, Julie?
Pipe drive.
Your Pipedrive, and that connects with which submission platform do you use?
Finmo. It connects with lots, but we use the Finmo API and Zapier to get it to talk to
Great. So every
Pipedrive.
time, so you have your processes. You submit a deal on Finmo, and that information gets carried over to Pipedrive for you.
Correct.
Right? And cool. And Pipedrive has that. We should be able to actually connect this to Pipedrive. because it's a publicly available API, I would imagine.
Hmm. That'd be great.
So,
Because
um,
that's, I mean, ultimately, that's what I'm doing with my Google form right now is it's creating a lead for me. It's
yeah,
putting the Google form responses in there and I'm getting a task to follow up. Did they book a call? Where are we at?
great. So, okay, so this is done now. And yeah, so where I was going with that is I don't recommend that you go rebuild a CRM.
Yeah.
Use Pipedrive, use Brokerage, use Blue, use whatever.
Yep.
But if you want to build client-facing interactions,
Yep.
do this on top of that.
Agreed.
So don't reinvent the wheel, but you can build from essentially. Okay,
And you can
so no, go ahead. Yeah,
you can take as much or as little as you want from all of the available CRMs because you can put them on steroids like I did with Pipedrive, or you can just take it in like out of the box format.
yeah,
But if you've got somewhere for data to go and somewhere to track what's going on, um, then it's the other pieces that you want to be able to build in doing something like this,
yeah,
right? The other feature or main website page would be a client login to see where their file's at. And that might even be submission platform based. Depending on who's using what. I know Finmo really well, so I know now they've got, the card view for us to see where a file's at. I've mimicked that in Pipedrive, so where it is in our process. But how great for a client to log in and see the pre-approval details, where they're at in the process. Like we can't finalize your pre-approval until we get some outstanding documents, not necessarily listing them, but that client-facing side of things where you're
yeah.
not relying on them.
You want to give them visibility into where you're at in your
Bingo.
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep
Anyways,
that in mind.
that's a future plan.
I don't because you're on Pipedrive or you're on a system that connects to Zapier. Like there's a public API.
Yes.
We're gonna be able to connect to it at some
Yeah.
level and do what you just said.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna have to hire anybody. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Okay,
That's
so
very
this is
cool.
giving us some instructions. So admin, login, like I don't know. We're gonna go find it. I'm gonna shut a few things down here, but see what happens. We go to admin. There we go. I'm gonna have to ask it to create a user ID, right? To get started,
Mhm.
admin login, sign up with your email and password. I enabled auto confirm. Okay, cool. Just sign up. Okay, I'm gonna sign up.
Okay.
Invalid. Uh, okay.
You're really good at typing your last name fast. Actually, you're really good at typing my last name fast too, which most people don't do very well.
I practiced it after
Yeah.
I messed up even your first name like 5 times in a row when we first met.
Only for the first 3 years.
For the first few years, I'm
Yeah.
like, who are you again?
Yeah, I
And then I'm
know.
like,
We've
and then
met.
I sat there for one night writing your name on a piece of
Yeah.
paper a
It's
thousand
like
times.
just practice,
Julie
practice,
Shermito.
practice. And you say it right too, so
It's Shermito, right?
it is Sharamito, yeah.
Okay, go. All right. So I just got lazy. I'm like, I don't want to go through whatever. Just do this for me. Can you just create me an
Yeah,
admin
because it
account?
didn't quite give you the right instructions for that in the first place, so it makes sense to not spin your wheels just saying, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Right?
Rather than go through a process of that didn't work, can you build me a better sign? I don't need a sign up page for admins. Like
Yeah.
I'm the only admin or you're the only admin or
Yeah.
whatever, right? All right. So, oh, and see, sometimes it's back end, so you don't even have to update it.
Cool.
All right. So there, it just worked.
Nice.
So now I have this is base. We just basically built a CRM, right? We see my original submission
Yeah.
draft. I can view it. Look at this. Like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't have a CRM and you want to use this to build one, like you could do
You
it.
could.
It's
You could very well. Yeah.
pretty straightforward. And it did that thing, open and review page. So here I am. right? So this is how that works. So it's the website URL, and then it's just review page and that. So like,
But we're looking at the blank one right now.
I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, so that's fine. So we're just gonna ask it. My client, sorry, I prefer to talk sometimes. So
Yeah.
my client started completing the form and stopped before they submitted it to book an appointment. What URL should I send them back to so that they can access pick up where they left off? And can I trigger a email notification to them from my admin dashboard to so that if they ask me if that happens in the future, I can just quickly go into a submission and send the client an email and off it goes. I, I don't know. Yeah, I'm on purpose kind of blabbering just to show you that
But
like
that's exactly what
this is how
I
you
mean,
would
that's how a lot of people use chat right now.
yeah,
Where it's like you can just like free talk into it. And so that's what people are going to be doing. If I expand on this, I'm just going to be doing that like not scripted prompt, right?
exactly. Um, okay, so it's gonna ask us some questions. So which email service would you like to use? Yeah. Okay, we're not going to trigger an email because we got to connect it to resend. Pretty easy, but we would have to like then connect to your domain. But I'm gonna do resend, simple nudge, hi name, you started your mortgage renewal form but haven't finished. So yeah, we're gonna say yeah. It might ask us to use a domain, like to link a domain before we'll actually send emails, but we'll just go through this process because you'll see how easy it is. All of a sudden, you can have email notifications off this thing to remind people to come back to it if they finish, if they didn't.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of this I would probably tweak, but because in reality, the form takes maximum 2 minutes.
So I'm going to show you resend because it's awesome. Resend.com. It automatically integrates with Lovable, and it's like a free developer account. I don't even think I pay for it,
Cool.
or if I do, it's like a couple bucks a month. It's not a lot, and it's this is technical,
Hmm.
but this will like this can link all your domains essentially real fast. So you can see I use it for dependency design, and we were just doing some stuff for you on there,
Hmm.
right? But you can track like people interacted with your website, they bought stuff, they did stuff, they filled out forms, what did they get? You can go in and you can kind of like um, see the email. Like this is the
Yeah.
email we just sent you, right? When we sent you
Yeah.
the dependency coach. I can see that it was delivered. Like it's cool. And it's all system based. So
So
it's
that's particularly useful when you want something to send out on your behalf based on where somebody's at,
yeah,
based on what you've done in Lovable.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
if you, as they interact with your site, you want them to get notifications. Resend just automatically is like a great tool to use. We're gonna call this mortgage design, and it's giving me an API key. Like I don't even know what I'm about to do here.
Okay.
I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I'm showing you like you don't be afraid. So I now have this API key. I'm gonna go back into Lovable because it asked me for a resend API key, and I'm sending it in. It's gonna connect. It's gonna link us up. We're gonna have email capabilities all of a sudden. Great. It's got an API key. Now it's gonna go build those
Great.
features we just asked it to do. Like This is, by the way, is how easy it'll be to connect to your pipeline, your pipe drive database.
Yeah, because I can pull the API keys out of Pipedrive, right?
Why don't you go
Or
get them?
and out of Zap. Like, oh man, this is like
You won't need Zapier anymore.
I'm getting
You don't
goosebumps.
you don't need Zapier when you have this because whatever, you know how Zapier is like, go get the data, then do
Yes,
this. You can build all the do this here and just connect to your
right
domain.
out of the yeah
Yeah.
the thing I was thinking was more so embedded into like when stuff's going to Pipedrive from Finmo through Zapier,
Yeah.
then
That you need. That you
yeah.
still need.
But it's probably just as easy if the Pipedrive API is robust enough to get some of the pieces over that, like the key pieces over that we'd need, then it works. I know Pipedrive's API recently changed. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's
We don't know.
getting really into the weeds, but
We are, but we're gonna when we before we wrap up today, because we'll take this only so far,
yes.
and we're getting there. We got stuck, and so now we're just building features that we're like, well, the client, we would need that feature. What if a customer gets stuck? So let's give
Yeah.
them this feature. Let's send them an email. Um, Great. Send reminder button. Note on email sender. Resends free tiers uses onboarding resend.dev as the
It's the
sender to
sender.
send from
Okay.
your own domain. You got to connect, which we're not gonna
That's
do
fine.
that.
Yeah.
That's fine. To send from your own domain. Great. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
So, and that makes sense, right? Like you'd have to connect your domain. We're not going to do all that.
Yeah.
It's easy to connect a domain on here, but it's the same as anything else. You got to go into your domain, add the the server details, and then you just got to give it like I don't know an hour before it connects. So we're just
Right.
not going to do that today. So we'll go back into our little dashboard here and back to submissions. We're going to refresh the page, see what comes up.
So we're in the admin panel right now.
We're in the admin panel.
Yeah. Do
We
we
can
have the
view
ability to
this.
delete?
Here, I can send a reminder all of a sudden.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it. Now it might fail. Fail to send. I don't know that it can send.
without being
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask it.
okay.
Received a failed to send reminder email from the admin panel. It might tell me it's because we're not allowed to send until we connect a domain.
Side note, is Granola a Mac feature? It looks like it's on your Mac, or is it a Chrome
It's
extension?
it's on my Mac.
Okay,
And
so it should be in the App Store, right?
yeah, yeah, if you go to Granola, you can download onto your Mac and onto your phone and then just
Okay, so don't do it through the App Store. Okay.
nope. Oh yeah, I think for the Mac I just downloaded from granola dot
Right, from
whatever.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, download for Mac. Look at that.
But do you notice like I'm like, yeah, build me an email thing and then it breaks. And then I'm like, hey, it broke. And then I wait 30 seconds and it went and fixed the issue.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm doing anything crazy here. I'm talking to it like I would talk to a human. Like if I had
Yes.
a real human developer and I'm like, I want you to build me a button. And then the person
And
goes,
then the
okay,
button doesn't work. Then you would say, button
well,
doesn't work,
button you
fix
built
it.
doesn't work. And then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, like that's it. That's all there is
Yeah.
to this. Yeah. Some of the stuff like we just did, we connected an API. That's a bit more technical, but if I know from experience that you can just ask, you'd be like, I don't know what you're asking me to do, and
Where do I get
it'll be
this?
like, you
Yeah.
go here and you do this, and like it walks you through it. So we published again. We're gonna try that again. I'm gonna close a couple things. We're gonna leave it if this email process doesn't work, and we're just gonna ask it for like, what's the link I need? Okay, but here we
Hmm.
go. Okay, it's two not. I'm gonna fix this. It's like you can't send that twice. It's giving me a different error code.
Mm.
I am gonna try to fix that. So it's just gonna build something in. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, I've just got the system built so you can only send a reminder once. I'll remove that and let you send unlimited reminders. It's
Perfect.
probably gonna say something like that.
And can you ask it to provide a delete button?
Yep. You can only send to your own verified email address on the free plan. The resend free tier restricts. Yeah, okay, great. That's fine. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna edit this. Back to submissions. I'm gonna change my email address on this thing if I can. Oh no, we made it so you can't edit it. Come on. Hold on. That's not the email address. It's telling me like you can only send to yourself.
Right.
So I'm just gonna
But that happens. Oh,
it's until you pay
I
resend.
was
I'm on a free tier. Until you pay resend or you connect a domain, it will only allow you to like trigger certain emails.
right.
Once you connect a domain, you can send an email to anybody.
I thought it was identical, but you used the .ca.com. That was the difference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're back in. This is good though. Like this is what we wanted to show you. It's like it's not perfect, but it's fast. Right? See, I've got this
Yep.
email change now. I'm just gonna refresh one more time. We're gonna view it. Can I send a reminder? It actually worked this time. You can see that. Let's go see what I got. Boom. Okay. This is the email that I just got from our system. Hi,
Yeah.
Jason. You started
Perfect.
your mortgage renewal and you haven't, no worries. Your progress has been saved, right? Great. Now I want to continue my form. Like kind
I
of
think that's
techie, tech
awesome.
friendly. I didn't have to
Like,
tell it.
so good because this particular form I know takes less than 2 minutes and nobody's not completed it. But if we're doing a more in-depth like budget worksheet or they're entering a bunch of data, it's like you might not do that in one go, right? Like
Yeah.
you want to be
Yeah,
able
you
to,
might.
yeah,
Yeah, if you're doing a long application form,
yeah,
right? Like you
yeah,
want to leave and you gotta leave and
yeah,
come back or submit. Like you could start to make it user friendly. It's remembering all my data, right? So
yeah,
we're into
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
By the way, now I looked here. I know in the future I could just use this link and pull that code
And
and
send
send
that
it
to
to
the
someone,
resume.
right?
Yeah,
Like we just didn't
yeah.
know what it was. So I could have asked it, but it was easy. It was more fun to just build.
But where did you get the like if you were doing this in the future,
Yeah.
where would you get the code for that application, that record ID from?
Well, from our database. So
But when you like if you're in the admin panel
yeah.
and your email send isn't working,
Yeah.
then you would want to grab
So
that
we
record
could
ID
we
somewhere,
could
right?
tell it to give it to us, but the moment watch what happens up here. The moment I click view, that's the
Then you
record.
get it from there. Okay.
Yeah, and that's so you can see it's like 731C, and then if we
Yeah.
go into where we are, well, we're further along now in the
Yeah.
review, but it would have been the same.
Yeah.
But I'll show you. You can also just generate a link. Like there's so many ways. There's so many things you could tell it to do. I'll show you one other easy way. You'd have it just give me a link, copy the link, and then you could press it and then just text it to a client or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got all this stuff. It's got all my details. It's good. I'm happy. Yeah, let's save and continue, right? Hopefully it
Oh
fails. That's
yeah.
fine. We're going back to Lovable, right?
And we thought after we published it, it might not fail, right?
We thought, yeah, and even though I told it that, and it was like, well, yeah, it shouldn't fail. So this is /review. Okay. So on /review, when user submits, the app returns failed code. Just tell it what happened. It'll go and diagnose the problem. You don't have to start, you don't have to say, I think I know what the problem is, or I want you to fix it. You just tell it what happened and it will go and fix it. Because it understands better than we do what a good user experience should be.
I like that
So
it's debugging.
yeah, it's figured it out. There's some it fixed. It was sending raw form values like empty strings for non-text database columns, right? So it was trying to populate stuff
Stuff
that
that it
shouldn't.
couldn't. Yeah,
Like, okay, fair. There's no way you and I could ever have known that, right? So you just tell it it's not working and it'll go figure out why.
love it.
Don't try to guess. I'm going to shut a few things down. Your old Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Leave your calendar up in case I need it. That's our admin dashboard. And we're up to date. Cool. So I'm here. I'm just going to refresh.
Yeah.
I'm not worried though. I know I can get back to it this time. So it's got all my, doesn't have the data. That's fine. So we're going to go into the Lovable app and, or we can go into my email and retrigger, but I'm going to do the thing that you asked, which is,
Mm-hmm.
can we give it a, can we like identify the code? What was the thing that you asked me to do most recently? I just want to make sure.
To grab the record ID so that we could find it
Yeah.
on our end. Yeah.
Can you display? So I'll say, can you display the record ID for each submission and give me a way to copy it? And when I copy it, you give me the full link that I can send to the user, right? Again, so they can get back to the / review page
Mm-hmm.
with all of their data loaded. So that's even better than asking them, like the email invites them to go back and it brings them to the front of the process. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
We're going to try to get this thing so it can just take them straight to the review.
I have, yeah.
And you can change these things, don't worry.
Yeah, no, and I know. And I'm just thinking like in particular, thinking just about this particular form and its purposes and what we're trying to do
Yeah.
most of the time. Like it's nice for them to be able to get back, but I think it would be great for them to be able to get like an email confirmation saying thanks for submitting. Did you book your call yet? And then if they didn't, because like it's gonna
Yeah.
the call link's only gonna show up on that last page. So if they haven't booked the call yet, sending them back to that page to grab it, or even
Just
just
book the
anyways,
call.
that's just kind of where my head was going. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go and grab that link in a second, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell them exactly that. When a user completes their form and submits the form, they're going to be directed to a confirmation page, which allows them to then click on the Lovable link. Sorry, not the Lovable link, the
Calendar.
Calendly link. So at the time that they submit, can you create an email that gets sent to the user that thanks them for completing the renewal form and gives them a link back to the confirmation page and just make it real friendly, something that says, Thanks for your information. If you haven't booked your renewal meeting yet, please follow this link here.
And it might even be smart enough to
Yeah.
say if they don't go through the Calendly link
Yeah.
and get to the next, like get to the booking page and complete something on the booking page,
So we
then
can do that.
send
So
them that.
Calendly probably has an API. So you'll be able to,
Yeah, they do.
and Calendly will know, you'll be able to pass information to Calendly,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So what we would do is on the next version of this is we would say, okay, well, when they book the meeting with Calendly, pass this information into Calendly. And then when Calendly gets a confirmation, it's reading that and it's like, hey, send this information back to Lovable. So
Yeah.
then Lovable
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
link it
Yeah.
to. It'll like link the ID.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a confirmation that says inside your dashboard that says this meeting is booked. It's
Yeah.
firmed up, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that today, but we can
Yeah.
do that.
No, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna require us modifying what I'm telling it right now, but that's okay.
Yes.
We're just like, we're gonna do this because I want, I'm about to hit submit, so I'm going to see if it sends me an email. So we're just
Yes.
going to lock this down and then we're going to get to the Calendly part and then we'll wrap it up for today. But
Okay.
there's lots we can do.
Oh my God. My
Pretty
brain is
cool, right?
going a mile a minute. And it is, I mean, compared to what the timeline would be that you'd compare, like, do this in now, right? If you're looking at what it would take time-wise to build what we just built, it's way shorter. But anybody that hasn't built anything like this is going to feel like a lot.
Yeah.
However, if you get 80% of the way there, or 70 or 90% of the way there in an hour and a half, right?
Yeah. We're not even that
You're
long. We're an
you're
hour. We're just over an hour.
just over an hour. Then you're able to take, even if it took you 2 more hours to get all of the finishing touches or start getting users entering stuff and realizing what you wanted to change. Like the stuff that we're talking about that I want to tweak in it, like we were talking about the Calendly API, connection and all that sort of thing. That's that extra 20%. So not getting to 100 in an hour and a bit
Oh, it's
and
fine.
being able to get 80% is like I just don't think people necessarily appreciate how quick this actually is because it has felt
Oh, we're
like a
we're
lot,
already
right?
we're building a lot of functionality. We're getting email
I
confirmations. Like
know.
now it's like when they submit, they're gonna get a friendly confirmation
Yes.
email. Like we're doing a lot. We had
Yes.
the page and the form up
Within the first, yes.
within 15 or 20
Yeah.
minutes.
You're right.
Now we're just building functionality.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So you make a really good point. If you're used to building stuff, you realize this is so fast and so cheap. Like this is basically free, right?
Yes.
Um, what what I think is one of the most like if someone is even slightly interested in building better processes for themselves, then learning how to do stuff like this is critical. And the thing is that the time that you put in now, it's only going to it's going to pay out in like in spades because these systems are getting smarter and
That's
faster.
right.
So all you're doing now, if you put an hour in on this, you're just teaching yourself how to talk to this system
Yeah.
and you're learning what it's capable of. In 6 months, it'll be even faster than this and have more capability. And so we're going to get to a place where you can just basically say, I everything that we did in that first prompt where we're like, we want blah 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 blah, and it won't have any errors. It'll just work. And
Yeah.
like, but so the one of the best skills we can teach ourselves is just how to start getting comfortable with these tools
Yeah.
because whatever you think of, you can create if you do it. I should have pressed update. Shoot. But here we go. Okay. So it's going to send an email. We're going to get back to that confirmation page. We should have behind the scenes on our admin panel. Watch, I'm going to refresh the page. It's going to give us the ability to generate that link. Here it
Yeah.
is. Look at that. There's the
Okay.
code. I don't know if it's going to give us the whole link or the whole code or
Well, it
what.
says resume link, so maybe it's smart enough.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Intake resume. See where it takes me. Okay, so it took me to the front of the process, no big deal.
But
But
you'd already saved that. That's a record that you'd already finished, right?
yeah, but I wanted it to land me.
Oh, on the confirmation page at the end.
Well, it's it oh review. Yeah, it took me to resume, but I wanted review.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. Like you
Yeah.
can see how pretty quick that is, right? Review. I wanted this page.
Yeah,
But this page doesn't have a, that's why. That's okay. You don't add a code to this page.
which is
Uh,
strange.
All right, we're
Would
doing
have
pretty
thought that
good.
would have thought that had a record with it.
Yeah, but we can fix that. But we're not going to fix it right now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we know
Because it's Friday
we
and
know
you
we
want
can clean these things.
you're sick of me.
I'm sick of you. I'm worried for
There's
anybody
no
watching
right
this.
answer.
I'm like,
That's
this is
called a
getting long.
trap.
Yeah, going back in, I'm generating this thing again. I just want to make sure before that like all the changes with the email template and everything
Yeah,
are there. So
yeah.
boom, I'm going to tab through.
So it didn't prompt you to submit because it recognizes that you've already submitted. So it's just review at the end,
Well, there's no
right?
it hasn't submitted. We haven't gotten past this.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. We
This
didn't
is
get
the part,
this.
but now
Yeah,
this should work,
yeah,
hopefully, and it should also trigger an email, like a little friendly email.
yeah.
Hopefully. It's failed again.
Ah, poop.
Okay. We're gonna tell it one more time. / review page submit button fails. Why?
Yeah.
I find it
And then
helps
it
if you yell at
knows you're
it.
not messing around.
I'm not messing around.
Yeah. It's like we already gave him the runaround. We thought we fixed it. Now he's really serious about wanting.
I'm pretty serious. Yeah.
Set as restricted instead.
This is where you start being like, clearly I wanted permissive restrictions on the RLS policies. Like, are you
Yes,
stupid?
I should have. Did I not tell you
It
that?
should
Was
know.
that not
This is the
clear
stuff
in
I'm
my
talking about. It's gonna
original?
get a
Yeah,
little bit smarter.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Just enough.
duh.
You should have picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go because it's
Okay.
wanting me to update again. It doesn't feel like it's a back end process, but we're gonna try submitting. We're just gonna try hitting submit rather than starting over. But we're gonna wait for that to finish updating here.
hmm So just to recap, you started with a prompt on the main screen that we used from ChatGPT. You hit enter on that prompt. That started your left-hand side dialogue with a preview that kind of populated in the middle.
Yeah,
Once you got to that point, then the publish button gives you the live URL that you can use, and that's what you keep going back to publish,
you got it.
update. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's literally like a LLM chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna try. We've got all the details here still. I'm not refreshing this page, and we're gonna submit. It worked.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know I got an email because it hit my phone, but let me just go pull it up.
Yeah, there's so many little things to tweak, but they're all
There you go.
not important. Perfect.
Thanks for completing your renewal form. Right? If you haven't booked your renewal consultation yet, you can do that here. We're going to do that in a sec, but we'll go back to the page. Continue to scheduling. So this is the part where we could maybe bring
Just put the scheduling
pass
thing
the
API
data.
onto. Yeah,
Now I'm on your scheduling page. So we did it.
love it.
Um, and if I'm here and I go book my renewal,
Same
it
page.
takes you right to the scheduling page.
Love it.
So what we could do is, so in your scheduling app, you can create a field somewhere that'll
hmm
be like, I don't know, renewal ID, right? And then we'll just make sure that that when we press that email button here, that this is bringing in, it'll just be like, and renewal ID
Right.
equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. And
Yeah.
it'll suck it into the thing. And then when this completes, it'll send that renewal ID back to Lovable and just update here. And look, you even have a status updated.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? So we could change
Yeah.
that status. You could view it. You're good to go. So that's pretty good for today.
Really great for today.
Let's ask it one question. I have a pipe drive CRM account. Are you able to connect via API? let's see. It's gonna, it might actually go fetch all the API information and like immediately come back. Okay, there's no built-in connector, but we can
But
absolutely integrate. This will let us do things like push, sync, create.
okay. Yeah,
What would
that's
you like the
exactly what the
integration to
API does.
do? Um, are you able to pull field data from Pipedrive?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one.
Like
Yep.
quite literally. Yeah, perfect.
Contacts, deals, custom fields, like whatever you want.
Yeah. I've got about 98 custom fields, not joking. So
So watch. So I don't even
that's
know what to do. What info do you need to make the connection?
perfect.
Go get me your token.
Yeah.
Let's do it now. It's even telling you where to go get it. I know you already know, but like if you're watching this, you're like, I don't know. It's like it'll go like I didn't have to go look anywhere else. I just asked it and it's figured it all
Yeah.
out.
Okay, personal preferences is where it's supposed to be, but it's not there. There we go. API.
Put it in the
Uh,
chat. I'll stop sharing my screen for a second.
okay. Do
Um,
you do you want me to? I don't need to generate a new token. I can copy the existing one, I think, right?
yeah, just your standard pipe drive
Yeah.
API token. Put it in the chat. I'll load it. I just don't want anybody to see the token.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's it there? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I guess if they have the token, they can get into the back end of my pipe. So
Yeah, we're just gonna do that. It'll be a long string. Once you're ready, securely stored as a backend and secret. Yeah, bum. So I just gave it to it. I'm gonna share the screen again once it's clear that we are not showing this information anymore.
Mhm.
It's warning me not to share this API key. You shouldn't share your API
Good
key.
warning. Okay. Did not even cross my mind, so I'm glad you thought of that.
I think you're okay.
I mean, if
Very good.
anybody wants to go in and work on my deals, they're more than welcome to.
So we're back on the screen. Your Pipedrive API token is now securely stored. What do
Okay,
you want to do?
perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I want you to find a record in my CRM and pull the data into the fields that we have in our renewal form.
Uh, okay.
The purpose is to prove the connection works.
Okay, got it.
Just one record only, and it's fine if all you find is a name, email, and mortgage balance. I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. Let's just,
So yeah, the cool thing is I know that it will be mostly searchable based on email address, and we can find the contact records, leads, and deals that are connected to that person because Pipedrive has a person that's connected to every deal and lead. And that's how I've been dumping in my renewal forms right now, is if I can find a record for them in Pipedrive.
yeah. Yeah, there's gonna like we're not gonna be able to get too far here, but like there's a real good chance that we're properly connected, and then we can.
I feel like a kid in a candy
Okay,
store
cool.
right now.
So I'm gonna stop sharing, but I'm just gonna tell you, you saw that, right?
Yeah,
Just a split second.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So it worked. What we'll do is we'll stop. We're going to stop this session
Yeah.
from the record perspective. Okay.
Yeah.
And you and I can just keep going for a couple more minutes and
Yeah.
just see what we can do with it. But
Yeah.
I don't want to display
All of
private
my
information
client
for all your
information
clients.
and yeah,
Just not what we
yeah.
should do. But I think we did pretty good because we
Yeah.
built an app that works and we successfully, like without having any clue how to connect to Pipedrive, we tapped into your CRM like in
Uh-huh.
like under 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And I could see it on your face.
Oh,
You're like,
I'm just
oh,
like,
we're gonna build some cool things.
ah, like there's so many things.
Okay, so that is it for this session,
Yeah.
right? But do you want to do this again like another time and we'll
Yeah.
do another recording and we'll
Yeah.
build off of this? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's great.
Yeah.